let's get started with some of the top mistakes that you might be making on LinkedIn. And the first come first mistake, let's talk about that. I know that it is a platform which is about connecting bonds professionally, taking relationships to the next level. But there is something that is heavily saddening, and sometimes people even feel too spammed about it, and you don't want to be that spammer, which is trying to sell too fast, trying to get a girlfriend to marry you just too quickly. Trust me on that. I am sure all the guys here would already know the answer, and indeed, for all the girls, they also know what are they gonna say to it. To be able to convert your network, your leads, or let's just say people out there, there's no harm to that. At the end of the day, when we are putting time, effort, energy, strategy, all of it, there has to be a reason, a purpose to that, which is followed by passion. But when you try to push yourself way too fast, way too hard, and all you receive in your LinkedIn messages is, hey, can you like or subscribe my YouTube page? Hey, I am a developer and I would love to empower you with X, Y, and Z, and I do these services. Or, hey man, I mean, this is something that I got to offer, and if you're keen, let's talk about it. Have been super flooded about these messages, and because of these messages, so many times I tend to miss some important messages, have missed out on such amazing relationships because of them. So indeed, guys, you don't want to be one of those people who try to spam someone's inbox. How you approach will make the difference of how people remember you. It's about the experience that you give them. It's about how you make a person feel about themselves. So do not try to pitch, at least in the first 3 rounds. Believe it or not, please give that relationship some time to be able to nurture. So one of the biggest mistake is trying to sell too fast. Trying to sell is not a problem, guys. You are here on this platform to indeed grow professionally in some or the other manner. We have been receiving leads inbound in numbers that sometimes we even don't want to take it ahead. But at the same time, if you are going outbound, there is a proper method of building that relationship, cracking down for a meeting or for a call, and then finally, if there is some synergy, some need, going further over discussing the particulars. And then comes the time when you pitch, negotiate, and close the deal. So it's a journey. Give it some time and don't try too hard. The second, and one of the biggest mistakes I have seen people doing on LinkedIn is they try to go all out. Oh man, today I'll start getting live, and I will be start getting active on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to awesome. I'm going to produce 2 to 3 posts a week, or I'm going to comment on these people's posts. I'm going to write on these people's posts, and all of these things, the energy is at its peak, and you start posting and you start commenting on the people. You start even trying to connect with people, and that happens for week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. You don't see any return. You don't see any growth in your profile. You don't see that the profile is just getting to the level perhaps you had dreamed of or you had thought of, and you decide to give up. That's the biggest mistake you don't want to do on LinkedIn. Trust me, guys. If you have started curating content, give it a 6 months of time. Having patience is the core on the platform. You cannot imagine to get to the level where people have gone after 2 to 3 years. Today, if I'm live and you guys are watching, I would just say it didn't happen overnight. Honestly, it was not yesterday I started on LinkedIn and today I'm coming live and you guys are watching. I've been on the platform for 2.5 years consistently, received more than 2 million views on my content, and then this point has happened. And there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. And Still, there's so much of struggle involved in it, but it doesn't mean that I will give up. There has to be a lot of patience involved in the content game, in the inbound game, because the entire idea of being able to get leads on LinkedIn inbound is to be able to go out and show up. So guys, if you're showing up for a temporary reason of a spike or in energy, then let me give you a heads up, better not do it when you're going to leave it in just 1 month. If you don't have the patience of 6 months, it's good not to start. I'm being very hard, but that's the brutal truth here, guys. With this, I'm going to go to the third mistake that you might be making at this point of time. The third mistake is a mistake which is a bit on the practical side of it, which is your profile picture or your profile not being public. Now, what do I mean by that? There is a LinkedIn settings which actually allows you to go public with your profile, which means if someone is looking for a LinkedIn coach, a marketing strategist, or a sales and a marketing consultant, is my profile coming up on the top, or is your profile being a business coach or being a life coach, is that popping up on the top? That is one big question. If your profile is not public, as the setting says, if your profile picture is also not public, because guys, you can choose different aspects of your profile to be public, and if it isn't, then you're losing out on major growth on your LinkedIn profile. So guys, check out the settings, and if you're still wondering how to do it, just go and Google how to make your profile picture public and your LinkedIn profile public, and it'll show you. Indeed, the whole idea here is that you can go all out on LinkedIn and be able to express and are able to be searchable. This is what matters. If your profile is not searchable, how do you even expect for people to find you, to come to you and even look for you? And that is the one of the most important things out here. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and actually show you how you can check whether your profiles are active or not active. Let's go. So guys, okay, let me go back first and show it from the extreme landing page to all of you. So I'm here on the landing page. Hey Vyasa, here's your live. Awesome, man. Superb. So here Vyasa is live a few hours ago. So here's the setting, and what you got to do is you got to go to the settings and privacy. Indeed, and then you see here visibility. That's what matters. Visibility of your profile and network profile viewing option, and then you can click on change and you can choose who can view your profile, your name, your headline, visibility on the activities you can choose, and you can go further and change as many settings as you want. Indeed, guys, I'm just having a quick look. There's something else as well which I can show. Profile photo. Choose whether to show or hide your profile photos to other member, and for me it's everyone. So guys, take a quick look at that. You need to go to visibility for initial settings, and then on account preferences, sync options, to see the profile photo side of it. And that's what can make a difference and get you more than 21 times profile views and 9 times more connections received on your profile. I'm not kidding, guys. These are proven stats by LinkedIn itself. So tell me something. Are you guys making any of those mistakes? These were the top 3 mistakes which I found: trying to sell too fast, going all out, and then ending up not being consistent. And third, your profiles are not public and people can't see you. Your profile pictures are somewhere a gray photograph and not your actual photograph. But guys, I think I'm just being a little too generous here, and I really want to share one more mistake that I want to push it out to every one of you. Okay, guys, so there's one more mistake that I'm going to push out to every one of you, which is trying to accept every single connections that come your way. That's one of the big mistakes. Trying to connect with everybody on LinkedIn is not the strategy you want to go with. Even if you are in branding, even if you are in a space which is to be able to build a community, You don't want to connect with people who will not find at the end of the day any value in the content or any value in your sharing. And that's why it's heavily important that you carefully accept the request that comes your way. Indeed, what to do further, which one to accept, which one to not accept, that will be a long story already. But all I can say is definitely knowing your target audience or understanding who are your ideal clients can help you know, or your ideal targets can help you know who to accept and who not to accept on LinkedIn. But don't be running after the metrics. Don't be overwhelmed blindly. Okay, this one is the fifth one. Oh my God. Okay, this one is the fifth one. Don't be so much about FOMO, the fear of missing out. You love people out LinkedIn, you're following some amazing guys, and then you see they get hundreds, 200, 300, thousands and thousands of likes and views on their content, and you feel like, oh man, I'm not getting it. Oh man, I'm trying to do everything and it's not happening for me. Do not push yourself in that FOMO. It is a dangerous circle. You don't want to get into it. Everybody goes through it. They kind of feel, everyone who's, I think, too much competitive, they might feel even more. And the people who are not that aggressive about looking at others, but instead they're about just looking at their numbers, it might be easier for them. But I'm really catering to the ones who can naturally get into FOMO. Guys, even I have been into FOMO. I mean, I don't mind accepting it, and it's not a taboo or something. It's quite natural to happen, to be able to feel that, guys, am I doing something which is well enough or not? And with that FOMO, I'm saying it's a dangerous circle. You don't want to get into it. Just make sure that you look into your game, be your own competitor, and focus on getting to your goals. So set goals and bifurcate them to bite size and target that from time to time, so that you can even you can end up, how do you even say it? I'm just missing out on the word, which is, even you can go and compare whether you have been able to achieve your goals or not. So with this, guys, I want to quickly say, do not connect with anybody whosoever you want, and do not get into the FOMO. Focus on your game and not anybody else.